Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into something really exciting. We're going to be playing a tabletop RPG with an AI dungeon master and a virtual tabletop underneath. This will be in the city of Waterdeep, and my character is a level 5 arcane trickster. We have a small pre-made quest, but you can have large ones or none set at all and still works. Just wanted to show you guys how you can get a pretty good experience with this approach, and I'll leave the details for this setup below. Can you repeat that opening scene statement?
Absolutely. As you step through the north gate into Waterdeep, a cool breeze from the sea brushes past you. The streets are bustling with carts and townsfolk, and you catch the scent of baked bread and a hint of incense from a nearby shrine. A member of the city watch gives you a nod, reminding you to peace bond any weapons you have visible. Let me know where you're headed in the city and how you want to proceed. Also, go ahead and roll that percentile for a random encounter. 20% chance for something interesting. If you're sneaking around, give me a stealth roll as well, and I'll handle the rest.
All right. So I will probably go somewhere. Where am I going to go? Go to a tavern. I can actually have all the details for this. Let's see if I can pull up that page really quick. And I can use this as a reference to say where the actual locations are, and it vaguely knows of these locations and should refer to them frequently. Um, I think red is inns, so I could probably go to an inn. You know what? Maybe I'll just go find a job board. Yeah, we won't be too specific on this one, but I can use that reference to tie in other things. So we'll just tell it we're going to go find a job board. All right, I'm going to head towards a job board and see if I can find any work. As for the percentile roll, I got a 80%, and I will be sneaking as I go along. I got a total of 26 on my stealth.
All right. As you slip through the streets toward the nearest job board, probably down in the North Ward's main square, you manage to move quietly enough that no one pays you any undue attention. Your stealth is successful, and no one seems to notice you slipping through the crowd. With that 80% roll, it looks like no random encounter pops up on your way there, so the travel is uneventful. As you arrive at the job board, you see a familiar figure leaning casually nearby, Garrick Vale, flipping a coin across his knuckles with a grin. He looks like he's been expecting you. Let me know what you want to do next.
Okay, so I know this character.
Exactly. Garrick Vale is someone you recognize from past dealings, a bit of a smooth talker who's always got some scheme or another. He's that fellow who tends to speak in riddles and gambling metaphors, and you know he's connected to some less than savory circles around Waterdeep. So as he stands there, giving you that knowing smile, you get the sense he's got something lined up for you. Feel free to go ahead and interact with him however you like.
Okay, I will go up to Garrick and I will tell him, so it looks like you knew I was looking for work. Are you going to be able to offer me something that pays well? And I'm going to use Persuasion 24 to try to get a good paying bit of work.
Garrick's grin widens as you approach, and he flicks that coin neatly into the air. Calden, my friend, I had a feeling you'd be sniffing around for some gainful employment. And as luck, or the roll of the dice would have it, I might just have a little task that pays more than pocket change. He gives you an approving nod, clearly impressed by your persuasive charm. Tell you what, let's step inside the Night and Shadow Tavern and talk details. I think you'll find the payout worth your time. With that, he gestures for you to follow, and it seems like you're on your way to a promising lead.
Right over the K. Okay.
Absolutely. Garrick leads you toward the night and shadow, and as you step inside, the warm, low lit tavern is alive with the clink of dice and the murmur of gamblers. It's the perfect place for someone like him to lay out a job that might have a few twists and turns. He settles into a corner booth, still rolling that coin, and says, "Now let's talk business, shall we?" It looks like you've got a solid in on a well paying gig. Let me know how you want to steer the conversation from here.
I'll just let Garrick tell me what the work is. What's he doing? And we're in a gambling hall. If he wants to put up 50 gold on a roll of the dice.
Garrick chuckles at your suggestion, clearly amused. Always ready to sweeten the pot, I see. Well, let's just say if you're feeling yucky, I won't say no to a friendly little wager. 50 gold on a roll of the dice it is. He pulls out a pair of dice, ready to roll, and you get the sense he's enjoying this little game within the game. As he sets up the roll, he adds, "But here's the job. There's a woman named Serenia who's gotten herself into a bit of a bind. I need you to head to a warehouse and rescue her from some thugs. Simple job, should pay well. We'll settle the details after our little game here. So go ahead and roll those dice for the wager if you like, and then we can move forward from there."
Okay, so how are we doing this exactly? Am I just going to roll which dice for him and which dice for me?
Sure, let's keep it nice and simple. We'll do a straightforward roll off. You can roll a single six-sided die for yourself, and I'll roll one for Garrick. Whoever gets the higher number wins the 50 gold wager. It's just a little in-character gamble to set the tone. So go ahead and roll a d6 for Calden, and I'll request a GM roll for Garrick's die as well. Let's see how the dice fall.
All right, then we are going to roll. The first one that shows up is going to be me, and the second one's going to be him. I should cheat, shouldn't I? You know what? We'll just do this. Ooh, I just got myself 50 gold. All right. And my 4 beats his 3.
Well, fortune certainly favors you today. Your four edges out Garrick's three, and he gives a good natured laugh, sliding the 50 gold across the table to you. Looks like the dice have chosen their favor today. Well played. With that out of the way, Garrick leans in a bit more seriously and says, "So, about that job, head to the warehouse, get Serenia out of trouble, and bring her back here. There might be more to it than meets the eye, but I'll leave the surprises for later." And with that, you're set. Whenever you're ready, you can head off to the warehouse and we'll see where the adventure takes you next.
Where is the warehouse relative to this tavern or in the dock ward or wherever?
Absolutely. Garrick gives you a quick rundown. The warehouse you're looking for is actually down in the dock ward, a bit of a walk south from the Night and Shadow. It's nestled close to the waterfront, among the more rundown storage buildings that see less official oversight. So you'll be heading from the Castle Ward area down through the city toward the dock ward. If you're traveling there, just let me know if you're sneaking or going openly, and we can handle any rolls or encounters along the way.
All right, yeah, we are going to sneak. We're going to sneak. It thinks we're still up in the castle ward, so its reference was a little off, but it all comes down to stealth getting there anyway. Well, nothing's going to see me. I got a 28 on stealth, and yeah, let's go ahead and move our character to, kind of like the look of this right here. All right, I got a 28 on stealth, and I get down to the dock. I'm going to kind of see what's there, assess the situation.
All right, with that solid 28 on stealth, you move through the city streets like a shadow, slipping unnoticed from the castle ward down into the more rugged lanes of the dock ward. No one catches sight of you, and you make it to the warehouse district without any trouble or unwanted attention. As you arrive near the warehouse, you see a sturdy old building with a few dim lanterns outside. It's quiet, and from your vantage point, you can see a couple of guards lounging near the entrance, not particularly alert. Go ahead and let me know how you want to approach this, or if you want to make any checks to get more information before you made your move.
All right, I'm going to use my stealth and acrobatics up to the roof, see if I can get an idea of what's inside, or what kind of entrances and exits there are.
Absolutely. So go ahead and give me an acrobatics check to see how smoothly you make it up to the roof, and I'll set the DC at 14. Once you roll that, I'll describe what you see up top.
I got a 16 on the DC.
Perfect. With a 16, you scale the building with ease, finding handholds and footholds that let you slip right up onto the roof without a sound. From your vantage point, you can see a skylight that gives you a glimpse inside the warehouse. Peering in, you spot a few crates and a dimly lit interior. You see a couple of thugs inside, as well as a woman who matches Serenia's description, looking like she's waiting for something. There's also a back door you can make out from up here, giving you another potential entrance or exit. So you're all set. Let me know how you want to proceed from here.
I think sometimes turning it off and on gives it a little more consistency. It doesn't crack its voice or get funny. We're going to, let's see, what's the best idea here? Probably get the 2 or so guards out front to go away, and then lure the ones inside out with a distraction. With that, I might have enough time to get in and out, avoid a fight entirely, because there's at least 4. Okay, so let's throw something off the roof. I don't want it to actually be expensive. I have some oil flasks, or an oil flask. Throw an oil flask off the roof and see if it distracts one or more of the guards outside. Okay, I'm going to take one of my oil flasks and toss it off the roof, maybe into an alley somewhere where it may be heard.
All right, that sounds like a good plan to create a little distraction. So you toss the oil flask off the roof, and it shatters down in the alley with a sharp crack. The noise echoes, and you hear the guards down below mutter and move to check out the source of the sound. You've successfully drawn their attention away from the entrance, so if you want to slip inside or make your next move, the coast is a bit clearer now. Let me know what you want to do.
Okay, I'm going to take a shot and sneak attack. I need to get a stat block for these people holding her. What character should I use from the monster manual or otherwise?
Sure thing. For these thugs guarding Serenia, you can use a standard thug stat block from the monster manual. They're pretty straightforward enemies, tougher than common bandits, but not too dangerous for your level. They've got decent hit points and can handle a bit of a fight, but they're not highly trained soldiers or anything. So go ahead and roll your attack with advantage for the sneak attack, and we'll resolve how the first strike goes against them.
Okay, so let's maintain our stealth. We're going to take a shot. We have the combat tracker here. It's got all 4 of the thugs. Well, unless there's more, we'll add more. And I'm going to take a shot at number 1. So we go to our action, advantage, crossbow, thug. Low roll, but still hit. I'm actually pretty decent with this. And they probably don't have a huge AC. What is their AC? 11. Yeah. Oh, but guaranteed to hit. Okay, so let's get some damage on him. He's just wounded. Alright, so then I will stay in stealth afterwards. Maybe they all leave. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a sneaky shot from the roof, and I got a hit on him and did 6 to wound him, and I'm going to stay in stealth.
All right. Your arrow flies true and strikes one of the thugs, dealing a solid 6 damage. He grunts in pain and looks around in confusion, but thanks to your excellent stealth, he can't pinpoint your location. The other thug is now on alert, but they're not quite sure where the attack came from, so you're still hidden. So now we're effectively in a bit of a combat scenario. The thugs are looking around and trying to figure out where you are. Let me know what you want to do next, and we'll keep it going.
All right, they didn't call out for each other right away. Maybe let's use minor illusion to create a version of me on a roof right here that is visible. That actually might work. Okay. I really don't want to get into combat, so I'm not going to take another shot. Let's use the minor illusion. All right. I'm going to use minor illusion to create a version of myself on the adjacent rooftop closer to where they are, where they went to investigate, that is visible. And then I'm going to start to sneak around and see what the people on the inside are doing.
Absolutely. That's a clever use of minor illusion. You conjure up an illusory image of yourself on a nearby rooftop, visible enough that the thugs catch sight of it. They immediately shift their attention toward that illusion, thinking they've spotted you, and move in that direction to investigate. With their focus diverted, you can sneak around more easily. Peering inside, you see Serenia looking a bit tense, but still waiting. She doesn't seem to have noticed the distraction outside, and the interior of the warehouse is momentarily less guarded as the thugs are busy outside. So you've got a nice opening. Let me know how you want to proceed from here.
Hmm, those other thugs still haven't called out for help. Maybe I'll take a shot at the base of the wall in the front near the door, see if I can lure the inside guys out. I'm gonna just take a shot with my hand crossbow.
Absolutely. That makes sense. You take aim with your hand crossbow and fire a shot near the front door, striking the base of the wall to create a noticeable thud. The noise echoes inside, and you see the thugs who are still indoors glance at each other and start heading toward the entrance to check out what's going on. Your plan seems to be working, and they're leaving Serenia a bit more unattended. So you've successfully drawn the inside guards toward the door. Let me know how you want to capitalize on that opening.
Alright, so I'm gonna get another sneak check in and see if I can get in and get her out real quick. So let's stealth it up. That's 27. That's great stealth. And then we're gonna go ahead and get Serenia. Alright, I got a 28 on stealth. I'm going to go ahead and get down there, see if I can untie her and get her out. Hopefully, before they notice what happens.
All right, with that fantastic 28 stealth, you slip down and inside like a ghost. The thugs are distracted enough by your illusions and noises that you manage to reach Serenia without being spotted. You quickly and quietly untie her. She gives you a wary but appreciative nod as you free her bonds. Right now, the path is clear for you to slip out before the thugs realize what's going on. So you've got her untied and you can make your escape. Let me know if you want to head straight back or if there's anything else you want to do before you leave.
Okay, yeah, I'll lead her out. We'll get to safety, get to an alley of sorts, and I'll introduce myself as Calden Shade, and say I was sent to retrieve her, and ask if her name is Serenia.
Absolutely. You guide Serenia out into a quiet alley, and once you're both safely away from the warehouse, you introduce yourself as Calden Shade and confirm her name. She gives you a half smile, a little guarded but clearly relieved. Yes, I'm Serenia. I'm grateful you came when you did. I suppose I owe you one. So you've successfully gotten her to safety, and you can now take her back to Garrick as planned. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to do.
Okay, I will take her to the Night in Shadow, or whatever the place was called, and take her back to Garrick.
Absolutely. You lead Serenia back through the streets to the Night in Shadow, and once inside, Garrick is waiting for you with that ever present grin. He gives you an approving nod as he sees you've brought her back. Well done, Calden. I knew I could count on you to handle it smoothly, he says, flipping that coin of his again. This is just the beginning, my friend. I think we're going to have quite a game ahead of us. With Serenia delivered, you've completed this part of the mission and set the stage for the next twist. If there's anything else you want to do, just let me know.
So that was the basic quest, I guess. It varies quite a bit, though you can give it a lot of directions and a lot of specificity. The one I did was very general and small. You can even give it the um, quests from the official books, chapter by chapter. And depending on the book and how it's written, it's actually pretty good, just copy paste. But you can also format them into much more guided, structured campaigns, and it's, again, sometimes hit or miss, but generally pretty good. Let me know what you guys think, and I will definitely be doing more of these. Getting everything set up took a while, so most of that work is done. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.